Okay, so now we're going to assemble your puppet. And there's two different ways that you can do this. The first way is what we did last year, where I bought heavy duty thread and we sewed them together. And this year I bought these little tiny fasteners. They're kind of like scrapbook fasteners. I got them off Amazon. And I figured these would be nice and easy for you to just poke through and fasten things together. But I want to show you the difference. When you use the fasteners, you're going to see a little round circle every time you use a fastener. If you use the thread, then when you go and turn your character over, if you need to, you just see a little piece of thread. If you use the fasteners, you're going to see those little pieces of metal. I don't know if that matters to you, but I'm just throwing it out there. So let me show you how to use both of them. The fasteners obviously are going to be a whole lot easier. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so say I have these two pieces together and I want to fasten these with a fastener. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, and what I'm going to do is figure out where I want it to be here, and I'm going to, watch your fingers, I'm going to poke a little hole. And make sure you have something that you're cutting on. Do not cut on the tabletop, or your parents will probably be mad. So you don't want to slice up your tabletop. So put a piece of cardboard or put a mat down. All right, so here now I'm going to match these up. And actually I'm going to put it through one at a time. So I'm going to take my fastener. Can you see it? It's so teeny. I'm going to take my fastener and I'm going to put it through the first hole on the front one. Then I'm going to put it through the next one. So now they're together, and then you turn them over and you just open up these little pieces of metal, and now they're nice and tight, and you can move your say this was an arm, you can move that around. All right. The other thing you can do is you can sew your pieces. I would choose either sew them or use the little fasteners. And like I said, the fasteners are going to be way easier. All right, so if you want to sew them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this heavy duty thread and I'm going to put it through a needle. This way is a little bit more complex. So I'm going to make a double knot at the end. I hope you guys can see this. And you just have to be careful making that double knot, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is use my needle and I'm gonna poke it through where I want them to join. I'll poke it through this way as well. So I'm going through both of those pieces. And then I'm gonna pull it all the way through until it gets all the way to that knot, okay? I'm gonna trim that in a minute, okay? And then what I'm going to do on the back, this is the tough part, is I'm going to put this through to make another knot. And what you have to do, so it's a nice tight joint, is you have to hold that down while you pull. So the knot, you might have to do this a couple of times until it works out for you. So you want to pull this down and pull the knot. Can you see what I'm doing? Pull the knot so it's nice and close to the piece of paper, or else they're not going to have a tight fit. So remember that I'm old and I've been doing this for a while and I make things look easy. This is not easy, but it's a little bit cleaner of a look. And then I could just kind of cut this, trim that up, cut this, trim that up. So now I have a nice joint, and if it's too loose, you might want to do it again to make it tighter. So it might take you a couple tries to get it right for those of you who want to try sewing. So this is the sewing, this is using the little fasteners, and this will be the other side of it. So you choose. You can either sew or use the fasteners. I'll give you materials to do it either way. All right?